third or something. Yeah, if Kid Bomba has a good game, Aurora will not.
Yeah. That's what we saw. I mean, that's what we saw in their last match, right? Kid Bomba and Esmeralda. Just a phenomenal performance, but there's a lot to see unfold here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping into the first game between Team Spirit against Aurora Philippines. And again, this is a promotion match. Winner goes over to the knockout stage. Welcome to the Land of Dawn.
By the way, Phil, I gotta ask you a question. Isn't this just very SRG? Sora, Gatot, and then Yusuchi and Zetian? Just the gold lane that, it's different.
Yeah, they play double fighter, but hey, I believe Dominkai with this harp can feel like a fighter.
Well, the way he usually plays it is like that, like I said, regionally, and the statistic was, I think the Hereth has won twice against the Claude, so could be just one of those picks that works out for specific players, but again, you don't see the Hereth pop up too much, but even the Nolan, man, remember when the Nolan popped up? This was one of the questions we had for ourselves, like, how's the Nolan going to perform the meta? I think he still serves a purpose of kind of this window of opportunity type jungler. Even looking at the emblems, you have those windows to pop out that damage, but the rest of this lineup is actually pretty solid here for those front-to-back lineups.
Now this is interesting. Fire Emblem on the Hive.
Yeah. So I guess you try to beat the sustain with sustain here, and he's actually doing a pretty good job. Hiko has the blink, so obviously the synchrovision will be dodged away from most of the time.
Yeah. Interesting to see how this Fire Emblem really fares for the Hive, because one of the nerfs towards the Hive is the nerf towards the Scythe, the Starlim Scythe. Yeah, I'm
Lanor in the XP, but it serves its purpose. Again, the crowd control is great. You don't have to completely rely on this Gatacontra. They're actually going to just force a turtle take here easily for Team Spirit based off an easy fight.
Quick blitz, man, and again, zoning there from Bomba was amazing.
I would say right now Aurora Gaming is having just slight difficulties because they're not really winning the mid lane as well, because Sunset Lover has been favorable trades against Yue. Quite a long range and more importantly more burst coming in from Sunset Lover. The fact that Hiko came over and quickly clear out the waves, it's gonna be hard for Dominkai.
You got the gold crab 2 there, stole it away. Heart of Thievery there. That airstrike coming down over on Dominkai, who's already used Zaman Force. No, Zaman Force means there's gotta be too much damage from Dandel. Last shot from Hiko! That's first blood and a flicker out.
So close. Dominkai even popping the Purify, but unfortunately can't survive against that Fire Emblem or not. So a good first blood pickup for Team Spirit. They made that decision to go make the play. That's about I would say every time if they focus on Dominkai's lane, you're gonna have to see Aurora Gaming and Philippines kind of respond to that. Again, if you leave your gold lane to the whims of the opposing team, you're gonna be in trouble here.
I don't know about this, man. Bomba flipping around to safety now. It's gonna be caught still. Tracer's coming down, and that's gonna be Edward with the punches down on the glue and light. AOG out of there. Caught in the feather airstrike. One shot. Wants to push in for more of the gold crab. We can test it again. This time it's
They
Domi.
will have to play around Sawa's setup potential with the Kalea, but also Sunset Lover's damage with a feathered airstrike. So they'll take their time. This is what I was saying in the draft for Aurora Gaming Philippines. They don't really need to be the initiators. They're more so responding to what this lineup from Team Spirit does. Edward's positioning here. He's going to go ahead and smile one shot.
The fracture out by one shot, respecting the sort of damage. Now it's going to be Sawa walking up untargetable. Edward goes to the skies. Now jumps on Bomba. It's going to be caught. That's going to be full stacks on him, and he gets mounted on. Demon Kite looking for the angle to go for the retribution. His one shot gets thrown away. That's an AOG! Demon Kite winning the retry there all alone. Tsunami walks him down. Hiko! With a blazing duet straight onto Yue he goes. And Yue respects him with the flicker as Domin clears out mid and Edward goes on to hit the Patrick.
I gotta say, my question, the start of the day, are we gonna see any Claude for space? I can't believe this is like what? Third time today that we're seeing a Claude for space. Hiko's really showing up. He's looking pretty good.
Oh, fracture, full burst light! Doesn't have the AOG, but he gets out by their airstrike a bit late at the glowing wanting with the lethal ignition. Gets him down. Now it's Doming in the bottom lane, isolated.
Oh man, even when Lion wants to help, Dominkai. Okay, just get out of my gold crab territory, I think. I think that's what he's looking
doesn't get it.
Yeah, okay, he is going to secure it. But yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so, but
Hiko has definitely adjusted throughout the Swiss stage, man. It was a rough start for him, but he might get caught. Okay, he takes some damage from Edward.
Half HP, and that's a lot of damage. Bomba in the back though, zoning Doming, or zoning Demon Kite. There's no way for him to enter. Edward gets counter Tsunami Slam. Bomba again, zoning the back line. Phoenix coming down, but it won't land on anyone now. Sawa with the flicker out. That's gonna be Bomba caught by the Mana Shocker. Has a flicker out. Light gets out with the AOG. Zaman Force coming down, and Demon Kite picks up the kill on him. Hiko again with the help. The first one shot coming in from an Alpha angle. Finds the fracture, but Doming was able to dash out from Sunset Lover's skill 1.
I like games like this where they're playing macro, but at the same time, they fight when the opportunity presents itself. Because for both teams, especially for Team Spirit, they're just zoning people away, they're going to get objectives for free. But the moment that Aurora Gaming Philippines is in a position that they can fight, they will fight.
Goes for Sun, Purify out. That's one shot with the damage, but now, with his Zaman Force again, it's so hard to get him down. Feathered airstrike, just barely out of range, catches him in the end! The last tick of damage gets Doming down!
I don't think he was expecting to get hit there in the
Oh! Assassination up top, it's a solo kill for Demon Kite. But Sawo is looking for revenge, has Tsunami Slam, has 2 members backing him up.
And that's, again, what happened to Dominkai here, so... Oh, man, even that burst looking light.
Oh, bro. Sunset Lover, man. Yeah. The items, the builds, with the Magic Worship, like, there's so much burn on the side of Aurora Gaming. They really got to start blowing their bullets to make sure that it calms down.
Yeah, Edward has to escape. Bomba is leaving a mount down now as one shot does more damage. That's him to the air he goes, CC immune. But they baited out the ultimate, and now Team Spirit will have a resource advantage.
But we also see the problem here. Kibomba kinda didn't take much damage. Like, even though he dies, Aurora Gaming have to use everything to take him down. And I think he'll take that trade.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising. Like, we haven't seen as many glue picks come through. Ooh. You know, he's one of those heroes that just is able to tank up so much damage, cause a lot of chaos in the back line. And so far, Kid Bomb has done a really good job at doing that when the team fights do break out. That's why, you know, like you mentioned, LaFell, they're both playing at the macro level, but these team fights are almost like a chess match in itself, where you're seeing just how important the positioning is, especially for the gold laners, and why it's so difficult for Dominkite to find that space to work with, whether he's got the Zaman Force drop down or not. So both junglers, by the way, staying up top, doing some off-lane, off-map pushing if they can. Those tier 1s are still up, so no one can really claim the space around the Lord just yet.
Yeah, honestly, Aurora's having a hard time here.
What? That's a solo! Oh my goodness, not a solo. Sawo gets an assist, but Yui just got bursted down and he did not want to flicker out.
If we're talking about chess pieces, man, Sunset Lover is moving like the rook, and now Kibomba's moving like the knight. There's really not a lot of spaces that Aurora can use on the map to get themselves in position.
I feel like we always highlight Sunset Lover on the far side. Every time he plays the far side,
He's kind of good.
He could go pro.
He could go pro on this. I mean, my goodness, 4-0-3 right now, and that's twice now. Oh,
Nico gets caught. Ultimately, gets pulled down by Doming, and Edward could not flicker out in time.
I feel like we have enough clips.
Oh, he gets caught with a fracture. And now it's Bomba into the slam and the flicker in. The Fear of the Phoenix catches 4 of them, but no one's there to follow it up. Sawo. Interesting recall.
I'm just really interested in what the idea was there. When Light got killed, and then there seemed to be a call where Edward's like, all right, we're going to initiate. They just did not expect that amount of pressure from Team Spirit, I guess. Again, kind of wondering what the plan was there, but they are going to lose some of those tier 2 turrets now.
Sawo.
So is he going to go for Light?
Could be. They made out the AOG, and that's enough. Now they push into the mid lane, and it's one shot at Sunset, who picks the turret up.
In my head, I kind of did thought BO3 will have a dominant game, but I didn't thought it would look like this.
Yeah, it's very, very strong showing for them, and 4K ahead. And it just seems like a lot of it has to do with this Farsa pick, you know, the gun. So,
Tsunami Slam locks it like down through the Phoenix Zone now. As I see the Edward jump in and one shot to be caught, amount of shotgun will fall. AOG out of there, Bomba gets caught. Demon Kite gets a double. Zico still goes for the damage. Now Blazing Duan from Hiko goes through them all, flicker in to find Yue.
what? Okay, well now.
Oh, Sunset Lover.
Oh, Sunset.
He's
got the feather.
Oh, what a cancel by Light.
Oh my.
And it's Demon Kite with the traceless in.
You just flew blind into a bush you didn't want to go to, man.
Farsa cannot see.
She can't see.
She's actually blind.
More accurate Farsa.
More accurate, man.
No, but I was in the bush. Unlucky.
Unlucky. That last fight, by the way, it didn't go their way because they didn't have the feather airstrike. That's what I was talking about. Like, the Farsa is such an integral part of this lineup success.
I feel like that's gonna get clipped.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. Which part?
Farsa blindly going to a bush.
Yep.
Lore accurate Farsa.
More accurate Farsa. Yeah, that's it. And now Lord's up. So with all of that, imagine they just got about 3.5k gold in the hands of Aurora Gaming Philippines. So they're in a much better position now to contest the objective. But, you know, still nonetheless is playing within those timings, those windows that are available to them. And they'll, that's part of the game plan. Like I said, just take your time with this Lord take.
Yeah, we can definitely see that Aurora, they have the damage, especially coming in from Demon Kite. But also, Hiko has shown that he is looking pretty strong at this point. Dominic Kite, with that Holy Crystal, might be able to
top that they're going to have to deal with at some point here.
This is looking really, really good for Team Spirit.
Kibomba does have that flicker, so if he finds an opportunity, he can jump with someone. The question is who? Ideally, you want to get Demon Kite, but if you don't, who's the next target?
Wait a second.
Oh, there we
Go
go.
for it, Edward! Jumps in on 3, that's what he's doing with the crown as well. That's a mistimed Unbreakable by Light now as Sawo jumps in with the Tsunami Slam, gets caught as the Mount comes in as well. Light bursted out by one shot on the Nolan. And that's a turret up top falling, the tier 2 falling to the big slow push built up by Team Spirit.
Ooh, that was not the fight they wanted, man. They lost the tier 2 turret. They're going to lose the Lord off of that. That was a fight initiated by Edward. That's why I was saying this composition is a little bit different just because of the sense of usually they're reacting to Team Spirit, but that time they chose to go, and they got punished because the layering wasn't the way they wanted it to be. And once that's gone, especially like we've seen before with the Sora, once that initial crowd control is gone, and then you don't have that follow through, you're kind of just left as a sitting duck to be taken out.
Honestly, Sora in the late game is a different kind of glass cannon where your initial attack, doesn't matter if it's a setup or the damage, is going to be incredibly strong. But after that, like I said, it's going to be a sitting duck. You're going to die to almost anything. So that's the dangers of using a Sora.
On the defense, Sawo
hovering over earlier. Hiko unable to use the wave. Just the mid-base turret taken down for now. Aurora doing a good job at manipulating the waves as well, just holding it in. And this is a comp with really good clear, you know? They have a Zetian, they have a Harith, the Eastern Shin doing work as well.
Yeah, they've got, so they clear out the Lord. They still got a couple waves to handle, which should be fine with them. They should be able to hold on to these 2 base turrets after losing that mid. Sawo not really able to force anything. Oh,
the flicker around the AOG. Some unforced used up as well by Domeng, and they are able to clear it out. They know this turret needs to stay alive.
That was smart, very, very smart, especially because honestly, Aurora already have multiple ways to actually cancel out that feather S-Strike. Because it's not just light, but UA as well. Because you're not going to be moving, you're going to get stunned up, it's going to cancel out anyway. So Aurora, they really got to make it so that they're patient. You got to see that feather S-Strike first, and then you answer it.
Ooh. Okay, they're doing everything to hold on to this turret.
Yeah.
They should do it just fine, like we mentioned. The clear is going to be good. They do hold on to the top 2. They're going to pop the conceal just to force Team Spirit off of this. And that's what I was saying, you know, earlier on, Sawo, he didn't have the flicker, but now it's available. If he wanted to start a fight, they could, but they don't want to throw this lead that they have, this advantage against Aurora Gaming Philippines, because you still have to respect what this composition can do, especially in the base, where they have more of a free space to work with and can get the favorable positioning if Team Spirit goes a little bit too far. So it's much better for them to just kind of wait, let that Lord come up in about 30, and then get a position from there. See if they can bait anything out. Sawo?
Oh, wait. Sawo can actually just go Tsunami Slam here, but he doesn't go for it. I thought he was going to flick in Tsunami Slam.
Discipline, man.
Yep.
Right now, for our newer viewers as well, I think it's good to address why Aurora Gaming is using everything that he can to make sure that the bottom turret doesn't get taken down, because the Lord will spawn. It's going to spawn on top. Going up against a Nolan as well as a Claude, there's always that chance, a backdoor, or they would just split you up. So if that tower goes down, if we're going to talk about chess, that's basically a check.
Yep.
Yeah. And with that, they hold on to it. This is also evolved now for the Lord, so it's going to take a little bit longer for Team Spirit to secure it. The Light's already given the information over. Edward handled that wave down bottom the best he can, but he's got to be here a part of this fight. So we'll see how they decide to go and position themselves for this. The Mountain Shocker is going to be used.
It's not reset properly. That was a blunder. Sawo's going to go in. It's going to be caught by Domenkai actually there. Now Tsunami Slam coming down. His light gets pushed down. Edward with walk up through the Phoenix already catching him now. Sunset Lover's able to flicker up, but Edward jumps in forward. Immortality by Sunset Lover. Fracture coming down now as Domenkai walks over as well. Edward just cannot die. Sawo will fall to Domeng, and now it's Bomba running for the hills. Cannot go on to Demonkai. That's all again. Domeng jumping in with some on-force. One-shot Immortality. Domeng gets a double.
It's a wipeout! They got the Lord, but Aurora Gaming got the fight. They're going to clear out this Lord and go down the mid lane.
That was a mistake by Team Spirit on many different fronts. Like I said, Mirko, the fact that they did not properly reset that was number one. But again,
can they end it?
I think it's over. 7
it's
seconds on Hiko. It's over for game 1. Team Spirit held the lead for the whole game, but Aurora got one fight.
Man, it was one fight to turn it around. And like you mentioned, it wasn't the reset of the Lord that Team Spirit wanted, and so they capitalize off it. And man, talk about Edward leading the charge on that Sora to keep things together, and Domenkai finally having the game, man, where he was able to pop off towards the end there.
Yeah, I feel like we got to dissect that just a little bit more, because we got to talk about step by step. Number one, they failed to reset, and then after that, it did seem like Sawo panicked a little bit.
Yeah.
Tried to grab onto Demonkai on the Eastern Shin, failed to just grab whoever is next, and then put themselves in a situation where Sunset Lover on that far side is forced to use the Feather S-Strike so that they get some kind of trade by the official gaming phone, and it's going to be Edward 2, 3, and then 7, making that crucial play. That catch caused them to win.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you even look at the way that Edward played this game, when we take a look at the highlights here in just a second, is, you know, there was times clearly when the Sora...
Like, you don't have to be so hard on Sunset Lover going in the bush, where the people is there, because sometimes you just don't know. Us as casters, as audience, you can see everyone, but them, they don't see it, so yeah.
For sure. Holding that angle, the hole in the bush light in that position as well. It takes a really, really strong team to punish these